If you didn't upload your life to the cloud today, did you actually exist? The modern world says no. The algorithm says no. And deep down, in the darkest recess of your insecurities, you are terrified that the answer is no. But what if I told you that this terror is a programmed lie? What if I told you that your invisibility is not a malfunction, but the highest form of evolutionary camouflage? Picture this. You are at a dinner party. The air is warm. The smell of roasted garlic and wine fills the room. It should be a moment of connection. But then, the food arrives. Like a synchronized military drill, 5 hands shoot up. 5 black mirrors are raised. The conversation dies. The laughter stops. The room is bathed in the sickly artificial blue light of screen exposure. They are not looking at the food, they are looking at the digital representation of the food. They are framing. They are filtering. They are curating a reality for an audience that is not there, ignoring the people who are. And you are just sitting there. Your hands are in your lap. You feel a strange cold shiver in your chest. It is not just awkwardness, it is a visceral sense of alienation. You feel like a sane person locked in an asylum where everyone else is hallucinating. You look at their faces illuminated by the screens, and they look vacant, possessed, and in that silence the voice in your head whispers the poison. What is wrong with me? Why can't I just play the game? Am I invisible? This is the flash of shame. But listen to me closely. That inability to pull out your phone, that is not social anxiety. That is not introversion. That is your biological hardware rejecting a parasite. You are not a broken node in the network. You are the only person in that room who has retained neural sovereignty. You are the ghost in the machine. To understand this, we must strip away the culture and look at the raw biology. The average human brain has been rewired by variable ratio reinforcement schedules. When your friend posts that photo, their ventral striatum, the brain's reward center lights up. But it does not light up because they are happy. It lights up because they are anxious. They are waiting for the prediction error. Will it get 10 likes? 100? 0? Their self now a cloud maintenance-based application. But your brain is different. You possess a trait known as high internal locus of control. When you experience a moment, a win of you, a joke, your brain synthesizes the dopamine internally. You do not require the digital echo to confirm the reality. You consume the moment, they are merely cataloging it. Evolutionary biology provides an even darker explanation. We must look at the handicap principle. In the wild, the animal that makes the most noise, the bird with the brightest feathers, the monkey screaming the loudest, they are signaling. But what are they signaling? They are signaling to things. Mating availability or fear. Constant signaling is a stress response. It is a desperate plea to the herd. I am here. Do not leave me. Validate my existence. Now, look at the apex predator. Look at the panther. Look at the wolf. Do they broadcast their location? Do they signal their every move? No. They move in silence. They operate in the dark. Silence is not an absence of data. It is a display of competence. By not posting, you are subconsciously signaling to the tribe that you do not need their validation to survive. The loud ones are the prey begging for safety. You are the watcher. However, we must be honest about the cost. Being the watcher in a world of exhibitionists is a lonely existence. We live in a reputation economy. If you do not have a digital footprint, you are treated with suspicion. You have felt this. You meet someone new. They ask for your Instagram. You say you don't have one. Watch their microminus expressions. They recoil. The pupils constrict. They don't see privacy, they see threat. The narrative runs instantly through their mind. What is he hiding? Is he a criminal? Is he a sociopath? Does he not exist? This is the dark night of the ghost. You suffer from algorithmic erasure. You watch peers with half your intelligence rise to the top of the hierarchy simply because they are visible. You watch the narcissists inherit the earth while you rot in the shadows. It creates a glass wall between you and the world. You feel like you are screaming underwater. You think, maybe I should just post. Maybe I should just wear the mask. But you can't. Because every time you try to draft a clever caption, you feel a wave of nausea. This is not judgment. This is your intuition screaming. Your intuition knows that the moment you capture the image for them, you have stolen it from yourself. So how do we turn this pain into power? You are not hiding. You are executing a high-maintenance level counter-minus strategy known as information asymmetry. In game theory, the player with the most information and the least exposure always wins. Think of the modern world as a panopticon, a prison where the cells are arranged in a circle around a central guard tower. The prisoners are the social media users. They are constantly exposing themselves, constantly performing. They are prisoners of perception. You are not in the cell. You are in the tower. By not posting, you become the observer. You can see everything they do, their insecurities, their locations, their relationships, but they can see nothing of you. You are a black hole in a universe of light. This makes you unpredictable. And in a world of predictable algorithms, being unpredictable is a superpower. While they are hemorrhaging data, you are accumulating mystery. Mystery is the only currency that cannot be inflated. When you are silent, people project their fantasies and their respect onto you. They assume you are busy. They assume you are successful. They assume you are dangerous. Let them assume. While they are building a personal brand, you are building a personal empire. One is a fragile image, the other is a fortress. But here is the warning. There is a trap on this path. You must understand the difference between the hermit and the architect. If you don't post because you are afraid of judgment, if you use privacy as an excuse to rot in your room and disconnect from society, then you have failed. You are not a ghost, you are a corpse. That is the shadow path. The void will consume you. The architect, however, uses the silence as a forge. This is the concept of sublimation. The energy that the average person wastes on seeking validation, you must channel into competence. If you are not posting about the gym, your physique must be undeniable when they see you in person. If you are not posting about your hustle, your bank account must be overflowing. The price of anonymity is excellence. If you are invisible and mediocre, you are irrelevant. But if you are invisible and exceptional, you are a myth. So how do we weaponize this? We implement 3 psychological protocols. Protocol 1. The black box mindset. Treat your life as a classified operation. When something incredible happens, you get the promotion, you fall in love, and the urge to share hits you. Stop. Recognize that urge is a leak in your hull. Plug it. Feel the burn of keeping the secret. That burn is energy condensing. You are training your brain to run on internal fuel, not external fumes. Protocol 2. The touch grass protocol. You need to retrain your default mode network. When you are in a social setting and everyone pulls out their phone, do not look down. Look up, look at the ceiling, look at their faces. Force your brain to sit in the discomfort of the present moment. It feels like withdrawal. You are remaining us, sensitizing your dopamine receptors. You are gathering intelligence while they are gathering likes. Protocol 3. Strategic ambiguity. You will be challenged. People will demand to know why you don't participate. Do not apologize. Do not give a moralizing speech about toxicity that makes you sound weak. Instead, lean into the danger. When they ask, "Why don't you have Instagram?" look them dead in the eye, hold the silence for 2 seconds too long and say, "I prefer to leave no evidence." Smile when you say it. It is a joke, but it triggers a primal respect in their hindbrain. You have instantly moved from weird outcast to man of mystery. We are entering an age of hyper-maintenance surveillance. An age where privacy is the ultimate luxury, more expensive than a Ferrari, rarer than a diamond. In a world where everyone is screaming to be looked at, the one who averts their gaze is the king. All those years you felt broken. That was not a mistake. That was training. That was your psyche building a callus against the madness of the crowd. You were preserving your humanity for the moment it would be needed most. The world is drowning in copies. It is choking on echoes. It is starving for the original. So do not let them drag you into the light. Do not let them digitize your soul. Stay in the shadows. Build in the dark. Let them have the likes. You take the power. We are Mind Ministry, and we are watching.